granite Ram HD Cummins with the Prospector XL package, and we're going to talk about what is on this truck and what makes it unique. So first of all, we have a stamped steel front bumper. It's E-coated, powder coated, extremely strong, extremely resistant to scratches, dense. It's a three-piece bumper, so you have a section here, middle section, corner section. If you were in a collision, that's actually going to break in, allow the energy to go around the outside. We've added, so with the bumper comes the nodular iron recovery points that mount into the frame, loop back underneath. There's a skid surface, and you'll notice over here, these are our radiator skid plates. They're open bars, they're steel bars, but it's open so that if you ever get debris, leaves, trash, you can actually pull those out and prevent overheating. We have our 7000 series because it's 7 super bright LED lights that are 8000 lumen. We've added the optional brush guard. You'll notice how it mounts down into the bumper. It's not just bolted on the corners or bolted in the front. It's actually mounted in independently. You have a super strong Warn 16.5 Warn winch. It's just a beast of a winch. These can be used as steps, but they're also kind of the final point where our technicians go in and do the tightening down of this bumper once it's installed. These are Salta XD wheels. The laser etching, you can kind of actually feel it when you touch it. So we start with the same high-grade aluminum that the factory uses, but we're doing a heat treatment to the aluminum to make them far more rigid, less likely to crack or to bend. And that's a nice feature because if you go off-roading, which you're going to be very tempted to do in a truck like this, if you did pop a tire and all that weight goes down on the wheel, you've got a wheel that's very rigid, very strong. It's going to hold up against that weight. So we've added a lot of suspension components. It's actually our replacement front drive shaft for a better angle. Your sway bars links are lengthened. You've got your radius arm down here, which is similar to control arms on Jeeps. That's been corrected. The geometry that's corrected. When you lift a vehicle, the geometry of your track bars, control arms, drag links, all those things can kind of get out of whack. And a lot of lift kits don't correct the geometry well. So you see a lot of weird behavior from many lift kits, and people think lifted trucks have to drive poorly, but they don't. So we improve how this vehicle drives. It's more planted, more stable, less body roll, really gives you a great driving experience. And this is called the AEV Prospector XL. XL is Roman numeral 40. Prospector name came from an old Dodge package back in the day, and we've assumed that name. See the nice AEV logo on the Laramie seats. In the rear, you've got vertical tire mount, which is nice, keeps a lot of your space available for the bed. Again, 40-inch tires. This is essentially a 3-inch total lift. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful setup. Drives amazing. This is our rear bumper. And so on a lot of, also all Rams, that's hollow right there, right? So a lot of your replacement bumpers, you'll notice they don't replace that area. So they basically only cover the area where your factory bumper goes. And so that area is exposed. So you can kind of see underneath how this goes up and under and protects. You see our cast iron diff cover. That's our track bar tower, which lifts, flattens out, and raises the angle of the track bar. So again, you see this is all steel here in the rear where we need it. Lighter materials where we don't, so we can reduce some of the weight instead of being an entire block of steel like a lot of the aftermarket bumpers are. Again, iron recovery points front and rear to go into the frame. We've added also the optional rear bumper lights. All your towing equipment is factory. All your setup is still going to work like it should. You're not losing a bunch of payload or towing. We're retaining all that. The nice AEV embossed mud flaps. Again, you can kind of see the side of the vertical tire mount. Every one of these is numbered. They're very special trucks. So on this one says February of 26. It's when we received it for the 26 model year. This is number 36, last date of the VIN, and it's a Prospector XL. Beautiful truck. Jim Glover Customs is one of the most active AEV dealers in the country. I say Jim Glover Customs and Jim Glover Dodge. Very active with AEV products. It's a great place to buy. It's a great place to get your service done. And I highly suggest you come check out this truck before you spend money on a HD Ram.